Alright, I wanted to make a cool video about the blender. I want to give thanks to Steve from Wired Up Retro. If you're familiar with his channel, he always comes up with these crazy ideas. He always wants to do something that was, in some cases, way outside the box. But nonetheless, he has these neat ideas, and I like to see what we can do to implement them. And there's a new product that's out, should be available soon, which is called the Blender. And that's really target to those types of people like Steve that just like to really tinker and do some fun things. In some cases, it's going to have a pretty strong use case, and if it's price point for you and worth it, great. But this is really for people that just love to tinker, and the blender itself is going to be very inexpensive, but there's a lot of parts that you need to get this to work. So what we're looking at here is this blender has two inputs and 4 outputs. And I'm using one of the outputs into a ps3. It goes into the bridge first, and then to the ps3. And then the inputs are just the old Gamer Pro and then the new Gamer Pro Advanced. And those are going in with a ps2 controller and a nunchuck. So what we're looking at on the screen is the ps3 test app, and it's able to allow the ps2 to act just like a ps3. Has all the same ability, and then we're blending that in with the nunchuck so that you can also use it at the same time. But you're probably wondering, well, what the heck is the point in that? Well, the ps3 has motion sense controls and the ps2 does not. So there's no way to get the orientation of the stick into the ps3 unless you blend two controllers together, and that's what we have here. So if you look at the R3, we're just using that as a simulation. You can see how it goes left and right, up and down. But the real magic is actually in the upper left corner where it has the full 16 bits. And you wouldn't be able to see that, you just see the numbers. But you can still use all the controls. And I disabled the right just for visual so that you could see that we're actually turning this thing. So that's just one of the many uses that you can do with the blender. Use your imagination. There's obviously a lot of neat things that can be done with that one. You can split a controller in half into two separate controllers. You can combine two into one. You can run one controller into two outputs at the same time. It's just all kinds of neat things can be done. It will have a UI, a user interface that you can go in and configure everything with. There'll be presets. This will be one of them. And hopefully this product will be ready pretty soon this year, 2024. Just wrapping up on some of the dev work on it, and then we should be able to release it. But there you go. That's a quick video on the blender. Thanks for watching.